So, just a brief check in saying hello, what's going on? I know it's been a while. I know I feel some distance up on here. And I feel y'all. I feel y'all. We will get back to our thing. Just like the title says, a lot of changes going on. And, you know, that hermit is a thing. That hermit is a thing. Um, I don't even know where to begin. um, But some of you guys might be getting this download. I have to say this first because I'm in my mind's eye seeing the Ace of Cups, which is making me think of a download. I don't know. Here we go. I'm just trying to talk, and here we go. I'm seeing tarot cards in my third eye. What the fuck is this? Okay, but anyways, there's a download somebody's getting to. Now let's just fade it to happen. Now I'm seeing the whale forge. See what I'm talking about? This is what I'm saying. I don't be trying. I want to talk, and I'm channeling. What the fuck? Okay, so I got this energy before I got on here about coming into agreement. Or some of you guys have been, you may have been hearing something lately about these new soul contracts, something like this. And I was sitting here and I had heard it like a couple days ago, over a couple days like time. And I'm like, what the fuck is this new soul agreement or soul contract here? And I feel like this is coming in with like another level of transformation because I'm seeing now the judgment card in my third eye. So this is all about ascension. Remember how I said a couple weeks ago, like, how much higher can we go with this? Like, I guess, I mean, shit, what God wants to do, he's going to do. Um, and if you are like a willing, chosen child of God, you know what I'm talking about. You're allowing, there's this energy here of some of you guys, while going after this destiny, have been, what's the word I want to use? Not blocking it, but not surrender. Like you have been fighting for it, you haven't been surrendering to it. There's something about that. You don't need to fight for what's yours. It's destined. Okay. So there's a new thought process. There's a new way of aligning. Some of you guys, I'm seeing the Lover's card. You may have been seeing that lately. You're in complete divine alignment. You know how you say the Our Father, and you say like, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Well, this is that coming into agreement. Like God had already said something was going to be done, but in our worldly mind, in our 3D thoughts, we don't see it. It doesn't present as such. It doesn't look like this. But like I said before, there's something here with coming into agreement with the will that God has for you. And for a lot of you guys that are chosen, the will God has for you is not for you to be cursed, hexed, without lack, loss, poverty, grief stricken, chaos, day after day. Like some of you guys have to sever a tie or cut a cord of dysfunction. You have to cut a cord, like you have to cut these cords consciously. Um, this is tapping more into that, generational curse breaker. Like this goes deeper for you. You heal something in you to heal something deeper than you. So you guys really got to take this spiritual work seriously, is what I'm hearing. But there is definitely some type of cord that must be cut in the spirit. And like I said, aligning with the will, and that's like wholeheartedly. That's like, okay, to align with the will, you must know what the will is, the Ace of Swords. So there's something here with that. Like God is speaking to you directly, hence my community board. Empress is out here. You've been trying to get things, you've been trying to have things go, the right way. You've been holding that vision. Here we go about this, and you've been taking action. Emperor, you've been taking control and charge of your life. Period. You have been the emperor. This whole time you've been looking for yourself. You have been who you wanted. You have been, you have protected yourself. You have fought for what is right for you. You have taken control and taken your power back from situations in your life that before now you never would have. You are done being subservient and submissive. You are in control of yourself, your emotions, your mind, your thoughts, your actions. It's like you can now sit back. You can now be who you are. You can now be that empress. God is saying, you did your work. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Let me do mine. There's something here about alignment. And I was just listening to this song in the shower, On Time God. may not come when you want him, but he always comes right on time. Like some of you guys are understanding this too. Like, I don't know. The thing that's so crazy about God's love that people that don't understand can't fathom, or maybe they're learning to, okay? It never fucking changes. It's so constant. It's so headstrong. It's so protective. It's so open. It's so dominant and forceful. Like, chosen one, the love that God is like giving you guys right now in these moments. All right, you may feel it. You might have goosebumps right now. Like, God is speaking to your spirit. I had another conversation about God, like with God the other day, and I was like, what am I supposed to speak with this collective about now? Like, that stuff is done. A lot of people don't realize, and I didn't realize until recently when I took a break and took a pause that, you know, as I'm speaking to you, how connected we all are, because I don't know in a moment if a message is for me or for you. And when I get bored, I go and look at my own message and I'm like, what the fuck? Confirmation. So it's like all that, like, I've seen what needed to be seen, things that haven't been seen by me. I have seen them. And, it's like, okay, we're moving forward now. So I'm like, what can I bring to this collective? And it's just like the new, you know, um, a lot of things are changing. That narrative is we're not healing to find our divinity. We already know it. We already got it. We already are in that I am energy. So it's like, okay, we gotta switch this up. We gotta revamp this. We gotta ascend, like, really on this platform. I'm tired of talking about the fucking weirdos, and we all know that aspect of spirituality. It ain't never gonna stop. It ain't never stopped since it began. Our ancestors was dealing with this shit. It ain't new. All we can do and all we were tasked to do in this mission of reincarnation in our lives was to understand why we were called to go through it. And you know People be thinking like only chosen ones get love from God. That's not the thing. It's like God has, you know how like God says he wants every need. Like every need that we have is supposed to be fulfilled, right? No one is supposed to be in lack. No one is supposed to be in, poverty. Like, but that's not the world. We see the world. But it's like God's will when he created this earth was for everyone to have um, enough, everyone to have their basic necessities met, right? And whatever changed for things to not go that way, it's like you chosen ones were being called to go through some sort of very, very deep dive in this mission that you were being called to go on, to see how you could be that change. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, a lot of this stuff has been unseen. Like a lot of this stuff, God has given you like firsthand account. Like God has spoken things to you that, he only trusts you with. You know what I mean? There's certain things here that God is trusting you with in this season. And so you must trust yourself. That whole listening to your intuition thing, I don't need to keep telling y'all that. Okay? Just keep doing what you're doing because you are on the right path. Um, I feel like there's a lot of love going around. And this is like, you know how when you can feel like God's wrath, like the fury and all that shit, you can feel the love too. And it's crazy because God's love like expands and it covers everything that is not loved. You know what I mean? The way God pours out his love onto those that he loves, or I mean everyone, those that love him feel his love in return. So, you know what I'm trying to say. The way he's pouring this out over you guys, thank you very much, Most High God, is very, very like soothing. You guys are going to start to see how things are aligning. Like, maybe after a long time of, not seeing this, it's a whole change in perspective, seeing the hangman. God is going to show you some things before he gives you some things. And yes, you know how they say, like, it gets worse before it gets better. So some of you guys, that was that season. A delay is not a denial, you've done the work. Like, I don't know what else to say. Some of you guys are like, when am I ever going to be able to stop working? When you allow yourself to sit down and say, okay, I'm about to get what I worked for. You can't work and work and work and work and work and work and never receive what you work for. When are you going to stop and actually receive this? Some of you guys, God is telling you this weekend to take some moments, okay? Look up, get outside, be happy, get cheerful, get optimistic. Because what I'm telling you is, it's kind of like you're going to be walking down your path and seeing the Lover's card. And it's like Page of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. It's like constant blessings out of nowhere, like surprise blessings. Like, I don't know. And a lot of people are getting these, you see? It's kind of like God is blessing you and he's blessing those that were a blessing to you. You know how you just went through that cycle? You know how God says there's enough for everybody? You know how God says bring it, like build the table or whatever? Shit, you are the table. But you know how God says build it and they will come? All these different things. Certain people are being blessed, right? Because whoever you are, you know, I don't know. It's like the pay it forward energy. Like if you were someone who was going through a dark time, right? You were going through a lot of shit, and you had someone that was there for you, that was there in your moments of need when you was going through your darkness, like one person that you could that you knew had your back type energy, and that person came through, like no question asked, like that person's about to get blessed too, because they could have chose to not. Look at how many people when you go through your shit disappear. See, God's testing everyone at the same time. What's that heart like? Y'all want to all, chill around and hang around this person or this individual when they're going through, some hardships and act like you're there, but you ain't trying to help them out. I see your intention type energy. So there's many ways to look at this. But this is a season for whoever I'm picking up on. Many, many blessings, many, many answered prayers. Miracles are happening. Miracle healing is happening. Healing of the family unit is happening. Deep traumas are healing. Mother wounds healing, father wounds healing. Whatever it is that you guys, God had you look at and go through so much shadow work to heal, you know. And to those of y'all that took this shit seriously, I salute you. Because anybody can talk about healing. But in order to heal something, you got to see something. A lot of people don't see shit. And then a lot of people, when they're shown some shit, they don't want to see the shit. You see what I'm saying? But for those of y'all, like I had a moment, and I'm going to be real with y'all real quick, because this is how mature I've gotten. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. It is what it is. I had a moment where I was sitting here and I had an experience. And y'all know I told you about my childhood and shit before. It was anything but perfect, okay? So that's that. But I was having a moment where something like was going on, and somehow, like a childhood like wound that I had that I didn't remember, had resurfaced, and it was crazy because God like literally took me through the experience of healing and purging that out. Like I was consciously aware of what was happening, and I was sitting here and I had an argument with somebody, and then next thing you know, I was thinking about something, and I got very emotional, and I was thinking about something that happened in my childhood, and then it came down to abandonment issues and all these other things. And I'm like, yo, all this off a fucking argument? What the fuck is going on? You know? And I was like, okay. I just sat here. I let the tears come. I cried because it really touched something within me. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? What am I feeling? And God was like, blah, 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 whatever about my childhood, and gave me clarity now on, what was triggering this situation to occur. And in that moment, I was like, wow. A lot of things had happened to me that I didn't have support. I didn't have that person to listen to me, to, take me seriously, all these other things. And it's like now I'm in a situation, I'm like, yo, I got to be who I never had. And this is why I always say I want to be who I didn't have, because it's like I have to be. So God had to take me down to that fucking painful shit that I went through and experience, where I didn't feel loved, where I didn't feel listened to, where I didn't feel heard. And it was like having my adult self talk to the child me, literally. Once again, this has happened many times, but it was like, and I was literally sitting here telling my inner child, like, you're safe now. You can be happy now. I'm here to listen to you now. Like, true healing was happening. And after that, I felt so much lighter. And I was like, wow, that's going into the shadow. That's looking at yourself, connecting some dots on why things are going on in your life currently that you didn't look at before or didn't have the tools to know existed before, to be able to do the work in the moment, not putting it off, not being like, no, I don't want to see this right now. No, like really sitting here with yourself and being real with yourself and healing yourself. You guys are doing this as well. I see y'all. We are healers. We don't have no magic wand out here. We really healers because we healing. You guys are being blessed for the things that you have experienced that have triggered you into your healing. It was divinely orchestrated for you to realize the only thing that you were truly here to win, okay, was your healing, your self respect, your justice. Remember how God said something about justice this lifetime for you, chosen one? Your justice is being happy, but you couldn't be happy if you didn't heal. Your justice is having a new beginning, Ace of Pentacles, but you couldn't have an Ace of Pentacles if you didn't have a Death card. You couldn't learn how to manifest if you didn't learn what it was you truly desired. You couldn't hold a vision if you didn't have to hold a vision through so much fucking adversity. Like there's something here where everything that you guys have been seeking, have been wanting, you're getting because what you put out is what you get back. You put out good intentions. You put out hard work. You put out effort. You put out positivity. You put out truth. You put out, weakness. You put out vulnerability. You put out being humble. You put out everything. So God says, okay, you've done enough. Let me bless you. Because the Empress is sitting. The Emperor is nowhere around. The Empress is sitting. The Empress is allowing God to take action in her life while she reaps the rewards of damn. God is so proud. God is so proud of you, Empress. Divine Feminine is who I'm talking to. God is so proud of you. Okay? And that's what you need to know. And all those in regards to you. Something here, Empress. You are truly loved. All the Empresses out there. All the Empresses. I don't care what sign you are. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. If you call yourself a Divine Feminine Empress, God is proud of you. And so am I. We know because we here with it. And if you know what card I'm seeing, you know we here with it. We here with it. I saw the Two of Cups. Every time I say we here with it, it's the Two of Cups. This is why there are so many of us. Stealing, this and that. Like there's one thing when, we put something out here that we put our time and our energy and our true love and devotion, our spirit and soul into these messages. And then people just think they can come and take them and do what they want, right? You know the essence, you know where it came from, okay? But then there's something where there's people out here that, God created to go through some things, to be an inspiration, to inspire. And you never know who you're inspiring. But each Empress that gets out here and uses their gifts properly and understands the I am presence and how God is using them, I salute you. There's never no competition with a real one like you. I get inspiration from you. I get inspiration for those real queens that know that God called them to be an inspiration, to stand out, to come out the box, to be what everyone says they shouldn't be, to be go getters and hustlers, to be optimistic of the future when the world is so negative and pessimistic. I know how hard it is firsthand. So I'm going to always salute another Empress. There ain't no hate in my heart. Ain't no hate in my heart. Ain't no judgment. Your struggle, your storm. You'll never catch me up on here laughing at somebody going through some shit. My heart hurts when people go through things. And why do I keep talking to y'all? Why do I keep putting everything out here to y'all? Because at one point in time, I was the person walking in the dark, feeling like I was alone, trying to find the light, trying to know which way to go, who I could trust, who I could open up to, who I could give my heart to. It was just easy to be a hermit, isolate, and just keep it pushing, you know? No one understands what I got going on. No one understands what I'm going through. I'm really on a specific path in my life, and it's so different, but it's what I'm going through. You know, I wish I had more people that understood me. I went through all those experiences, and this is why I do what I do. Because as crazy it may sound to those that ain't never walked the path, it ain't for them. I'm not for them. I'm for the wandering soul. You see, I'm for the one looking for more. I'm for the one who needs inspiration. I'm for the one who, hasn't had an easy life. I'm for the one who has everything against them. I'm for the one who really wants to change their life, who wants to do a dramatic change in their life. I'm for y'all, and this is why I give so much passion. Anybody can change if they want to. I've been labeled some of the worst, but I know I'm not them things. I've shared with y'all the struggle that I've gone through in finding myself on this platform. They still do it. They still think there's some type of competition with what the fuck I'm saying. I don't care. They just continue to show they're not healed. Healing is a lifelong journey. Okay? That's what I know. And y'all have done a lot. Y'all have done a lot. So it's time to start receiving a lot more. And when I tell you Lovers, Ace of Pentacles, you're in for a shock. Because this is literally like you're on the path to receive. You're on the path of receiving. This is the receiving path. You were just on the working hard, busting your ass, staying focused and determined path. Now you're on the receiving path. Getting everything that you busted your ass and worked hard to get. It's only fair. Like I said, you got to bring it to yourself. You want to see it? Bring it to yourself. You did the work. Now celebrate yourself. You don't need a team of people telling you did a good job. Celebrate your motherfucking self. Have a party. Turn on your music. Praise God. Fucking throw your rap on. Fucking twerk around the house. I don't fucking know what you got to do, but celebrate yourself. A lot of people need a lot of people. Good job. Good job. Good job. We grown, right? Do what you got to do. Surrender and let God do the rest. If you've already done what you needed to do, remember I said before, now what do you do in the wait? What can you focus on next? What can you put your mind on while you're waiting for something so the wait don't seem so weighty? I don't know what else to say. Thank you, God. Okay. So it's time to go because I got to get ready for work. But y'all have a good day. That was the message. Things are changing. You're going to start seeing it probably shortly after this live. That's usually how God works. I don't know, for some reason. Make sure I be seeing the shit after. So, like I said, it's ready for you to receive. The universe got you. They're just saying, shit, open your hands, open up. 4 Pentacles or 4 Pentacles in reverse? Which one should you be in to receive? You let me know. I don't think you can receive nothing being in the 4 Pentacles, so you better reverse that shit. All right, guys. Bye.